Okay, one of the reasons that blue is a common background layer is because there really isn't any blue in skin, or there's very little. Maybe there'll be some veins or something. Um, and especially in fashion, there's not a lot of blue in the clothing. In this case, there's really no blue on the clothing the model's wearing or in the model's skin. So we can take the color out of that blue background by, let's see, let's go to the the layers window and pick an adjustment. Where is it? You can do this a couple ways. Let's see, hue and saturation. And if I want to adjust the blue only, take the saturation and move it all the way down. Let's see what that does. All right, that's not bad, but there's still a little color. Cyan is kind of a blue-green. It's this thing in the middle. If I want to desaturate that, yep, there we go. Now everything's just warm. Alternately, let's see if color balance works. Color balance. No, that won't do it. Okay. So it's hue saturation is what does it. Now if you want the reg to be more saturated or less, that's kind of up to you. If you want it to be lighter or darker. So hue saturation, we got rid of that blue. And you could always cancel. Could always split the difference with the opacity or the fill power. I like it gray like that. She's a little blue there. Let's see what that is. I guess her hand was a little cold there. All right. Remember, if I'm zoomed in, I'm hitting Control plus to zoom in, Control minus to zoom out. I'm hitting Control 0 to make it fit on the page. Notice this needs some cropping, but I'm saving that until the end. What I want to do is make a burn and dodge layer. Go to the top, click Layer, New Layer. I'm going to label this Burn Dodge. The mode has to be Overlay, and the fill is Fill with Overlay Neutral Color. Now I've got a Burn Dodge layer. And I'm going to bring some of the folds in the garments out. Where is the burn dodge? Okay. So I want to dodge the highlights. Again, the brush is not a hard brush, because if we had a hard brush, it would be too obvious. You can almost see the line there. Let's say Control Z. So the brush should be really soft. And I'm going to make it small here, just to bring out a little attention. I keep going over to this Move tool. Oh, here you go. Let's go over the boots. Put some highlights back in, especially where it's chrome on the boots. Use the bracket keys to make it smaller. I can get a little bit of white out of the eyes, especially, see this bright little reflection in the eye of the strobe? That's called a catch light because the eye is catching the light from the strobe. You make that a little brighter. If you dodge that, and we dodge around just some highlights in the eye. I'm not going to really whiten the teeth or anything, but I will make that bottom lip a little bit brighter. And while we're at it, if we're working on the lips, I'm going to burn the shadows a little bit on the top lip and a little bit underneath. I'm going to go back to dodge. So I'm going to dodge highlights, and I'm just going to make sure that the top of the cheekbone is light. Go back to burn. And make sure I'm going to reinforce the shadow that happens underneath the cheekbone. Now let's see. It's subtle, but it makes the cheekbones more prominent. You can see how the catch light in the eyes starts to pop and be brighter. I can do the similar thing in the hair. Let's see, dodge, so make things a little lighter. If you just do streaks, let's turn it off. There. Let's see. Some things are just, I'm just bringing attention to some things. A little bit more of a highlight along the seam, a little more in the front here, on the front of her leg. Let's bring some shadows out. So again, I'll turn it off, turn it back on. Just trying to reinforce the highlights and the shadows in some subtle areas to give everything a little bit of pop, a little more attention. What am I on? Burn. Okay, I can burn the back of the arm a little bit. And mellow out her fist a little. And you could do a lot of that or make it really subtle. The choice is yours.